Welcome to the Wynn Show, where everybody comes to win. I'm your hostess, Wynn Godbold, and we hope that in watching these interviews, you will be inspired to take action on making your impact in the world. Remember, nothing is impossible. The very word says, I'm possible. Enjoy the show. Welcome to this edition of the Wynn Show, where everybody comes to win. Today, I'm super excited to have on the porch with me Shannon Furtick of the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce. She is the Business Development Services Manager. Shannon, tell the viewers, what does that even mean? What do you do?
Work with our investors, from retention to our ambassador program, working in the community, and a whole lot more.
Okay. So I can say that I've worked with Shannon quite a bit through the Chamber, and the Chamber is an amazing vehicle for growing businesses. When I transitioned my business from being so much on the road and working out of town, I knew the first thing I had to do was to become part of the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce when I wanted to really focus on local stuff. And you guys were amazing in helping me get that done. So big plug for Shannon in particular in business development, because it works, y'all, it works. But today we're on the porch because we really want to talk about a program called Subs for Santa. And so would you just tell folks right off, like, what Subs for Santas even is, and then we're going to talk about how you as a viewer can participate, identify, be encouraged and inspired by this program. So what is it we're talking about?
Substitutes for Santa is my absolute favorite event, charity, and everything Christmas related. We provide over 120 underprivileged children here in our community along the Grand Strand a true Christmas experience. So new for the past couple of years, we've been going to Fun Warehouse. Each child gets to be partnered with a volunteer. They get to go play games, roller skate, do some crafts, eat pizza. But it's just great just to have that one-on-one experience with the child, because most of these kids don't usually get a one-on-one time with an adult. So they get to do that. Once they get done playing and have a good old time, we take everybody over to Walmart, and they get a $100 gift card and get to go shopping. A lot of these kids, I will say, like, the smiles on their face to get a brand new pair of socks, it speaks wonders.
Wow.
So it is definitely one of the best events and best experiences that you can have for the holiday season.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about these kids, right? So I know from raising my own children, socks is one of those things that, you know, you stuff in the stocking.
Exactly.
Or you put it out there to kind of bump it up, right? But these kids are gifted with a $100 gift card. And we'll talk about how all that works in a few minutes. But let's really focus on the children for a minute. And I've got $100 to spend, and socks is what's lighting my fire, right?
Exactly.
Yes. So I happen to know a little bit about a bag that they also receive that the kids get. But what I want you to do is to tell our viewers the story behind that bag and connect it to the sock.
What are the best things about Substitutes for Santa? It has been around for over 12 years now. GSE, now known as GSYP, has taken it on. Is Grand Strand Young Professionals, has had this charity for the 12-year period. It was done from some young ladies in our community and also a wonderful church in the community that wanted just to help kids and didn't really know how to, but started something small, and then we took it to the next level to Substitutes for Santa.
And that's how, let me stop you there for a second, because when people watch the Wynn Show, they come to watch and to be inspired. And normally they're thinking in their own hearts, you know, well, I want to do something. Like they have this little sort of wiggly thing in there, and they think, well, I'm not that big. I can't do something that large. So what you just said, it started with a little something. They just wanted to do something good for kids. And now, kadong, 12 years later,
huge.
Right? Okay, so be encouraged that from the small start, that's how everything grows. And they wanted to help kids, and what they found was?
What they found is that kids in our different rural areas, they don't have much. Many of these kids have several brothers and sisters living in the same household, and it's usually broken homes. So this is our way to help kids that may not experience a Christmas experience, but also may not get new socks, new underwear, a jacket, for the winter season, or even new jeans, a toy. A lot of these kids actually end up wanting to get for their siblings versus themselves. So that truly does speak wonders as to how these kids are just, they just want to be loved and they want to love on others.
Yeah.
So Substitutes for Santa, it did start with a vision. Mm-hmm. And we took it to that next level. I've been given the opportunity to be a part of this program pretty much from the get-go. Which I love it.
Yeah.
It was way before I even had kids of my own. So it truly made me actually experience kids on a different level because I never realized how so many of these kids just right beside us have to struggle on a daily basis just to have a toothbrush, a clean toothbrush. Really?
Yeah.
It's just things that we just take for granted. So Substitutes for Santa came in, and we of course, talking about the bags. I know we just said that.
Yeah.
One of the things that another person that was a part of GSC, now GSYP, we started a swag bag. So we have several different sponsors and or just members and just business leaders in our community that donate different swag items. So that items are toiletry items.
Yeah, so that's the thing. When we talk about a swag bag, some people automatically are going to, like the bag I get at a conference that has the little, the pins in it and the notepad and that stuff. But no, that's not what we're talking about here.
That's right.
What we're talking about here is a bag full of what? What are the items?
So you get toilet paper, paper towels, detergent, pillows, pillowcases.
Wow.
Of course, toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, soap, shampoo, conditioner, washcloth. So there's many items in there that probably most of us take for granted. But these kids, they don't have that. Yeah. So this is just one little way for us to give back. We noticed that in the beginning, a lot of these kids, when they would go to Walmart, they would actually go and pick up detergent because they wanted their clothes clean. Yeah. And that $100 gift card, we don't want them to spend that on detergent.
Right. So that's the thing. Like this is what I love about the bag, right? Yes. Is that it was born out of something unexpected in the way the kids were spending their gift cards. Yes. So you're thinking, we're giving you $100, like Toy City. Yeah. And they were asking for detergent and shampoo and toilet paper. And so what I loved is that, and again, this is for our viewers, right? You have a vision and you think it's this, and then things morph because now you're like, okay, and this is possibility, right? So, I'm all about the I'm possible lifestyle. And so for me, when I know this story, what I'm thinking of is here we wanted gift cards for toys and excitement and to be Santa for kids who wouldn't get it. They showed they had a need. So you guys didn't just say, oh, well, the heck with this then, right? You were like, okay, so what's possible here? Would it be possible to have people just donate all of those items, the basic essential necessities, the detergents, the deodorants, the paper towels, and let's take this whole thing to the next level. We still get $100 for Santa. Exactly. Yeah, that is so amazing.
And the first year we had the swag bags, we actually couponed literally all year long for a few of us who were overseeing the program or the charity to actually get the items. But then when they saw the items, the volunteers, they're like, wait, we can help with this. Our business can sponsor this.
I got chills all over my body. Wow.
So, don't just coupon. Let us help you. We want to be able to help these kids as well. So we just took it to the next level because we were able to add more and more. A few years later, all the kids were getting blankets. This year, this is the first year they get a brand new pillow and pillowcase.
Wow.
So each year we add more items to that swag bag that literally is like this big.
It started off like this, right?
Like this, and then it just continues to grow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And of course, when we first started, we were helping around 50, 60 kids. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
But now we're up to 120 kids. And it does help kids from the Loris, Longs, and Socastee area. We do help some in Conway, and we've also in the previous years have helped in the Myrtle Beach area as well. We actually reach out to Horry County schools to kind of see which area is in need the most and which area doesn't get the donations from maybe your local Angel Tree or other organizations that are
yeah.
helping during the Christmas time. So we want to help to make sure that each child here in Horry County does receive a Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. So that's really important, I think. So you really work to not overload any one group of children, but you ask for the help and the knowledge of the school system to say,
Yes.
okay, where, who is in the most need here. So now let's talk. We've got 120 kids.
Yes.
So transportation. How do we get all these kids to Fun Warehouse and then over to Walmart and then back to their communities? I mean, oh my gosh, what does that even look like? Tell folks.
We have gotten better each year.
Okay.
We used to have motor coaches that we would actually have to pay for.
Oh, wow.
So that, of course, would take away.
Huge expense, right?
Exactly. That would take away from the kids.
Okay.
So in the past few years, we've had actually the school system to donate the school buses, and then we help pay the drivers just as a thank you and a courtesy, and then, of course, for the gas. But we're not paying for that full amount for the motor coach itself. So the kids are actually picked up at the school on the school bus, and they are bused over to the Fun Warehouse.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the volunteers, of course, are ready in line waiting to go to get paired with the child. And once they are paired with the child and get to play and everything, then the kids get back on the school bus, and the school bus actually takes them over to Walmart.
Okay.
The volunteers follow behind.
Okay.
We used to actually have the volunteers to ride the motor coach with the kids, but this actually works out better just because of the fact it is less cost. So we're not taking away from the gift cards and the swag bag items and thus forth. So this way, too, that the kids, as soon as they get to Walmart, the volunteers are back right out there ready to get their kid and then take them shopping. And as I mentioned, too, most of these kids, they have never in their lives received a one-on-one time with an adult, with a mentor, maybe even just a friend. And it's a wonderful experience. I will say, due to laws and regulations, our volunteers aren't able to keep in contact with those kids.
Sure, understandable.
But we have had kids to come, for the past few years, the same kids, and the volunteer and the child gets to see each other and
like
each
a
other
once-a-year reunion.
Yeah, so, which is wonderful.
Nice.
We've actually had some volunteers to get paired up with their child for a couple years in a row.
Oh, nice.
Because of the fact that they've seen them and want to, be talk to them, kind of see how their year's gone and how school's going and everything else.
So it sounds like, it's amazing from start to finish. We're identifying children, with the help of people who know who to identify. So, and then you've got volunteers that are there. And here's two words that I heard you say: mentor and friend.
Yes.
And it's different, right? When you have an outsider who cares about you, who shows that, who's there, because you're playing games together and there's so much opportunity to really pour in and to give a model of behaviors, and just that listening ear. One of the things that we know from Brene Brown's studies, right, is that all people want is, it doesn't matter your socioeconomic status, age, whatever, is to be seen, heard, and know you matter.
Exactly.
And so it's not just, here's $100 gift card, blah.
Yeah.
It's a one-on-one volunteer to child, so that child is seen, heard, and know that they matter. So it's a much bigger than just a one-night Santa, right?
Yes.
This is really huge. And the fact that they could maybe see that same child for 2 years in a row, or even possibly 3, that's something that, from the outside looking in, we'd never know about that, right? It's like, whoa, that's really big impact that you're having on kids. Oh my gosh.
And just to have these young girls who are there, because the age is from 5 to 12.
Okay.
So, you may have some of these young girls, and we know, or women.
Yeah.
You're told,
that's a rough time of your life.
Look so pretty, and that new jacket, or they don't get that.
Right.
So how cool is that to be able to give them that inspiration and know that someone believes in them, and so they can go to school that next week and say, look at me and my new jacket. And so it's definitely, it's a lot of fun. It is from all different areas that I've got to help with substitutes for Santa, from helping to organize the event, to help create the event, add new elements to the event, to volunteering with the child, to even just getting the kids on the bus, and making sure all the logistics are done correctly, and make sure we don't lose a child.
Yeah. 120 children.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot
children.
of organization behind that's going to keep things in line.
Yeah.
Who does come with the children on the bus, like from their respective parts of the county? Who escorts them?
So we have
them,
guidance
sort of?
counselors and teachers.
Oh,
we don't,
nice.
We don't have any parent per se or guardian chaperones, just because of the fact that we want the child to have a good time. Don't worry, they're in great hands.
Yeah.
All of our volunteers, which we have to have around 160 to actually put this event on, do have background checks.
Okay.
So we do make sure that everybody is, in good hands. But we have a lot of chamber staff, of course, just because of the fact this is through the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber and our Young Professionals group that are there. And then also SOS Healthcare. They are actually a partner with the charity to make sure that, the charity continues to grow each year, and we have that nonprofit status. So they are the ones that help us with that.
Okay, very good. So I want you to set a visual for our viewers, right? So you're at the Fun Warehouse, buses start pulling up, you've got 160 people who are there.
Yes.
How do you know who your volunteers are? What do they wear? Do they have a hat or what's the deal with that? Yeah.
So everybody gets a choice between either a red Christmas shirt or a green Christmas shirt. So everybody is in uniform per se.
Yeah.
You can, of course, wear jeans or dress pants. So everybody's lined up and getting all excited. You can tell just the smiles on the volunteers' faces because I will say, this is what starts the Christmas holiday. And I am not the only one. I know that you've been there. This is the kickoff for the holiday season. You can go to many Christmas tree lightings, but this is the kickoff for the season. So everybody's ready to go, ready to see the kids' faces. I'm not going to lie. Many of us start having tears in our eyes. You see these kids and they're just smiling, getting off the bus and just excited for a fun night and just to be able to let all their worries, be set aside and truly dream big because, they get to have a fun 3.5 hours, with a person who cares.
Yeah, that's important too, to know it's 3.5 hour experience. When I just want people to really get this. It's 160 volunteers approximately. Everybody's in red and green. If that doesn't just yell Christmas to you and give you goosebumps, even from just hearing us talk about it, the energy is powerful. And then here come the kids, right? It is it's loud and it's fun and everybody's just welcoming and hugs all around. Yeah.
But you know how you just asked how the kids getting off the bus.
Yeah.
So one of the best parts is when we have to say bye to the kids, but they get to see the big man in red. So they do.
Yeah, tell us about that
They
part.
get pictures with Santa, get to talk to Santa, and tell Santa what they want for Christmas. So they get a candy cane, of course, and then they can get back on the bus. But it's just a good way to end the night and getting to see Santa. And a lot of times Mrs. Claus comes as well.
So do they receive their picture with Santa?
They do.
How do you get that to them? Does it pop out? Are you Polaroiding these things? I'm old school, right? Now I'm showing my age.
No, you're fine. We actually have a Facebook page set aside for the kids to be able to they can see all the pictures.
Nice.
We've had some wonderful people who donate their time. One including is Donald Hovis with Tie-Dyed Photography, and he will take the pictures and, of course, upload them just on that Facebook page, and then all the kids can actually get them that way.
So that's almost got to be like a way to relive the experience for kids, right?
Yes.
Just get them back on Facebook and remember this evening and what a great time that was for them.
And of course, this year we're adding all new elements.
Sneak peek, we get it.
Sneak peek. Ed Piotrowski, of course, our local weatherman, and he is one of the best people in our community when it comes to volunteer, but especially with kids. I know my kids idolize him. He's an amazing person, but he's going to be doing the weather live there.
Oh my gosh, weather live!
Yes,
way to go, WPD!
Kids get to, of course, get to see and experience Christmas, but a lot of people see Ed as an idol, right?
Absolutely.
He's a celebrity,
local hero for sure.
So they get to see the weather being live right on TV.
Oh, that's gonna be really. Every year getting something new, something better, bigger, better, more and more.
And we also added crafts this year. So the
Okay.
kids are going to be able to do some crafts because some kids may not like to roller skate. Some
Right,
kids may
okay.
not like to do the bounce houses.
Okay.
So we are going to have some crafts. A lot of the girls like to do the crafts, so
Oh,
they
yeah?
can do some crafts and then take those home with them. And then we have some different restaurants here in our community because we are feeding so many kids,
Yeah.
and volunteers have donated their products to be able to be given out. So we have not only Fun Warehouse giving pizza, but we also have Mozzarella's, which is a
Okay.
new pizzeria over at Market Common.
Shout
We have
out to them.
Sonic is going to be giving some different products as well, and then
Okay.
Duck's Donuts. And we have over 35 35 sponsors for this.
Wow.
And I will
35
say
business sponsors.
35 business sponsors. That doesn't even include some chamber ambassadors. We also have a lot of our chamber ambassadors have donated money, but then also just individuals just donating money. Because
Yeah.
this event alone, I mean, it takes a lot of money to put on.
You know, right when you started talking about the restaurants, I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, you're feeding 160 volunteers. You've got 150 kids coming. I mean, we're up in the 300s of people. And so
Yeah.
that's huge. No one business could do it alone. It takes the whole community to do this whole
Yes.
activity. And I mean, just wow. So let's talk about people who are here in the area, and then even people who aren't in this area, but who are hearing this. Maybe they're thinking, oh my gosh, I'd love to do Subs for Santa in our town,
Yeah.
right? They may be hearing that. So we want to talk about that, but then we also, let's focus in right here. This year, you've got your volunteers. We're
Yes.
set, right? And but for people who are going, well, I want to start my Christmas
Yeah.
season that way.
Yeah.
Let's give them the date. I think you said it was December
1st for 2020.
next year for 2020. So what you want to do if you're watching and you think, I want to be a volunteer, that
Yeah.
sounds amazing. You want to mark December 1st, which is the first Tuesday
Yes.
of the month on your calendar. And that's when the chamber will start to advertise for volunteers.
Correct.
Right? Okay, so that's when the volunteer window opens. And then what about, I know we've got a couple other things, but as far as sponsorships for the swag bag. So if
Yes.
a company said, dude, we could do paper towels. We
Right.
could provide you with, 150 or 300 or whatever it is, rolls of paper towels. Does that sort of open the same time, or do you start collecting before the 1st of December? When does that happen?
So we usually start collecting in the middle of the summer. A lot of times because of that we want to make sure by November that we have all of our items either, in-house,
Okay.
or at least know that they are
Committed.
going to be committed and taken care of, so we don't have to worry.
So midsummer is the time to reach out to the chamber and say, I've got items. I want to
Yes.
take over, I want to be the person who provides X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z. Okay. All right. So we've got a couple things. 2020, right? December 1st. That's way out there. A little closer in is the summertime for putting into the swag bags.
Exactly.
And then even a little bit closer to that, you have an event in February
We do.
that's actually going to support the 2020 Subs for
That's
Santa. What is
correct.
that event? Tell
So
folks
we,
how to be a
so
part
we
of that.
have our Shuckin' on the Strand oyster roast. It's on Saturday, February the 22nd.
Okay.
And all proceeds from that event goes directly to Substitutes for Santa. So that kind of kicks off the new year
Yeah.
to, bring in the money for Subs for Santa.
And who doesn't love oysters at the beach,
Right.
right? Come on. And do you know where that will be?
It'll be
hosts
at the
that?
Hot Fish Club in Myrtle's Inlet, and they do a wonderful job. The ladies there who own the Hot Fish Club, they donate a good amount, and they really, their hospitality is truly amazing.
Yeah.
We've worked with them for several years for this
Okay.
particular event,
Uh-huh.
and this event has been every year. It has supported Substitutes for Santa.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So for folks who are going, dang it, I didn't get to volunteer or put something in a bag or give my $100 to
Yes.
buy a gift card this year, it's okay. Mark the 22nd of February on your calendars, because you can come Hot Fish Club and eat oysters, and
Yes.
it all goes to support Subs for Santa. And that will be a great day for them to connect with you, to connect with other
Exactly.
people and say, okay, now here's my next step. And,
Yes.
I'm here to eat oysters, and I want to provide detergent, right? and put me on the list to get the information for December the
Yes.
1st. So really, that's the day to make your big Subs for Santa connection and be a
Yes.
part of the whole thing. I love it. It's almost like it's all year long.
It really is. So if you know me, which you know me,
Yeah.
I love Christmas. And why
Christmas
not
is all
celebrate?
year with Shannon.
Yes, why not celebrate all year long? And one thing I do want to notice is that our GSYP, our young professionals, do put this event on, but it's for all ages. So don't think that just because I've kind of aged up, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I'm totally into the aging up process.
But it is all ages. We do ask that you have to at least be 18 years or older to actually volunteer for Substitutes for Santa. But we have all ages that come out when it comes to volunteering for subs.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Shannon, let's this whole program is amazing, and I think folks, hopefully, if you're watching, you're thinking, I'm going to be a part of this. If you're out of town and you're like, I want to send 5 gift cards, I want to just make that happen, right? We can definitely accept that.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
The chamber is, all things business at all times. So they're able to do that if you're far away and you think, I want to be a part of what's happening on the Grand Strand. Maybe even vacation here and you think, you know what, I want to support the people who live there because it's a beautiful place to vacation. And if there's folks there, children in the area who are hurting, let me support them.
Yes.
So I think that would be really cool for our viewers. So we're going to put, your contact information for the chamber here so that they can reach out to you for that. So let's just talk for a second about you with the chamber, right? So because folks, they always want to know, what can I do with my life? What's my next thing? Where can I move next? So you came on with the chamber and like we were joking about your title in the beginning of this, right? I've done all kinds of things there, right?
Names.
What's been your growth pattern, right? So you started with the chamber how long ago?
12 years ago.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
It's my longest relationship.
This is it. Oh wow. Because you've only been married for how long then?
I've been married for 8 years and with my husband for 10. So
Okay. This is your longest.
It's my longest relationship.
Holy smokes.
And it's truly helped me grow not only in the community, but personally and professionally.
Yeah. How'd you start out at the chamber?
I oversaw our database system, kind of an assistant for a few people, and then took on later they could see, I'm OCD with some stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's a good steal at the chamber.
So I started overseeing our events. And then from there, I became a manager. So I would oversee our events, our young professionals group, Youth Leadership Academy. That was through Coastal Carolina University. And then other different events here in the community, a lot of community relations for the past almost 5.5 years now. I've had the opportunity to be in the position that I am now. And that's where I'm really doing community relations and working with our ambassadors and our investors. It's such a wonderful experience. And it's amazing to learn about the community you've lived in for 20 years, but you didn't really even know what all took place. So I will say though, to Substitutes for Santa, just have to do this plug because Substitutes for Santa truly made me realize the importance of youth here in our community. And if it wasn't for Substitutes for Santa, probably wouldn't have realized the importance of different nonprofits here in our area. And then that actually turned me on to the Grand Strand Optimist Club. And the Grand Strand Optimist Club is bringing out the best of the youth here in our area. And now I'm current president of the Grand Strand Optimist Club. And it took me seeing our youth and different conditions that they are in and really realizing that I can make a difference, maybe not monetarily, but through volunteer, through efforts of doing events like this and charity work. I do have the pleasure of having a 3 and a 5-year-old, 2 wonderful boys.
They're awesome.
Nonstop. And they are very, very blessed just from the love that my husband and I share with them, but also just to be able to provide them with the things that they need. Maybe not the wants because, boys want everything. But they live a very, very special and privileged life. So this is a way to help people through time and effort. And I know that's hard for some people because monetarily wise, we don't maybe have that, but we do have time. And time is huge, not only for the youth, but just for different organizations being in the community, or whether it be through your church groups or through, your local nonprofits, even just in the community of volunteering to maybe even pick up trash. So, there's just different ways to get involved.
There's something for everybody. We had a guest on the show who was like, look, whatever your thing is, somebody needs your thing, right? Whatever it is that works for you. And I love that for you, it's really the children and how, and this is really neat for our viewers to see as well. So the Subs for Santa sort of ignited the passion.
Yes.
You're doing the event, and then your own personal growth from that is joining Optimist. Now you're the president of the Optimist Club, and they're all about helping the youth in our community. And so I think it's important for people to just see how we live on a jungle gym of life, right? And you go over here and you try this, and then you go, wow, I really love that. I'll climb over here for a bit, and then there's this and that, and it all, professionally started for you as doing databases. So where you start's never where you're going to end.
Exactly.
Right? Be encouraged, folks, right? This is the I'm Possible lifestyle, right? This is you saying, wow, this is what I can do. This is where my possibilities lie. And again, I go back to Brene Brown's work. Like, I'm all about, right, the world needs you rich, okay? Because when you're rich, you can give finances, you can make things happen, you can donate the goods, you can whatever, right? So I'm all about that. But we're all, the playing field is leveled when it comes to time. You don't get any more than I do, and I don't get any more than you do. It's all in how we prioritize it and choose to use it. Now let's go back to Brene Brown's work, right?
Yes.
Everybody wants to be seen, heard, and know they matter.
Exactly.
And that comes from time and energy and the love. So I'm all about giving of the finances and things and making the money so you can give it away, right? But it starts with the time, because you wouldn't even know where you want to put your money.
No.
Unless you'd spent your time doing what you're doing.
Yes.
So Shannon, last pitch here. I've just enjoyed being on the porch with you so much. Man, I wish we could do this like once a week, and just chat and catch up.
Right.
So, but I want you to look into the camera and make kind of the big pitch for Subs for Santa. Remind people of what you need when you need them, and give them that heartfelt, here's the why.
Every year we are in need of more because we want to provide for even more children. We grew from 50 all the way to 120. So maybe in the next few years, you never know, we might be all the way up to 200.
Yeah.
So it's just a wonderful way just to give back.
Yeah. Start your Christmas with
Start your Christmas. And
Christmas starts February 22nd at the Oyster Roast.
Yes.
Just so y'all know. Come out and meet Shannon and the Chamber crew and the Grand Strand Young Professionals group that does this.
My biggest thing right now with Optimist Club is our tagline right now is Wish Upon a Star. And when it comes to that, Wish Upon a Star, let every kid's dreams truly come true. Just providing a pair of socks or a new jacket, or even just a little toy that they can play with at home.
Yeah. They need a toy so they can go into their imagination.
Exactly.
And let it soar.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely. Wow. Okay. Take the nuggets you've gained from Shannon today and listen to that voice that is speaking inside of you. What is your thing that feels impossible? It's not impossible. Shannon has showed you we start small, we build on to live into those possibilities for yourselves and what you want to do. Let it bring along some kids along the way. So we'll see you in February on the 22nd at the Hot Fish Club. Yes, for the Oyster Roast, and we'll start our Christmas then. Y'all have a great day. Good to see you on the Wynn Show. Thank you for watching this episode of the Wynn Show. This is Wynn, and I'm inviting you to discover what's possible in your life by joining me in the I'm Possible Discovery program. You can find all the details at bsharp.us/join.